Alright, have a potential curse seed here. I honestly don't know, but I'm basing this. This is off the community front page, since I'm hurting to find curse seeds for the moment. It's the best I can do. I see a lot of deaths, so we'll see. Looks like 3 people have gotten through. The submitter didn't make it through, but probably made it to Divinity is my guess. It is a bad combo. I mean, any combo at Drake secondary is bad. That's what I've been trying to parade or champion, we'll say. But it is especially bad in this combo because there's so few synergies. So you got pack morsels. It's okay. Especially if we end up with like, or if we're forced into Gorge. We would do Architect if it's offered, otherwise Gorge. I'm pretty adamant that I don't think Monstrous is... I think Monstrous is one of the worst paths in the game. It doesn't do anything to start with over Gorge, in my opinion. You're always going to have better stats with Gorge, even if it's just Sage Splitters you're working with. The Trample almost never comes into effect. The only time I like Monstrous is a flex later, if I have like a Shroud Spike or something. Or I'll take Monstrous if I start with Void Binding. Because you can do some pretty good work with a full Monstrous and a Void Binding and Holdover, for example, 0 costed. And I would Hell Vent that as many times as possible. Anyway though, that is a tangent. It's also been a bit since I've played Covenant 25. I've only been doing daily challenges here and there, and mainly doing Slay the Spire. So I might be a little rusty. Hopefully it's not like super cursed. Nothing too particular about these. I mean, Chase sucks if I end up with the strongest, like, typical line, which would just be, like, Paraffin Enforcer stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Starters don't really push me in any particular direction. I guess it's fine to start with an Excavation Eruption. Driftfall, I don't know if I love to start with, but we have it. Okay. No Architects, so we just go Glutton. I mean, I don't know. I guess starting 40 attack is nice, but I find in the first 3 rings, when am I ever not at 40 or more attack with Glutton? I'm often over 100 in the first 3 rings, you know? And you're not going to get to that with a Monstrous. We could just do Wing Clippings since we have the pack morsels. Unless we think a Capricious Reflection. I mean, honestly, it is probably, since we are melting Remnant, Capricious is a lot more takeable here. In the sense that if I get stuck with a Burnout 1, it's not the end of the world. It might even be good in a lot of cases. Depends on if we find, you know, Molded or not. Or some intrinsic Burnout extension, I guess. Man, do I just allow myself to get betrayed by Capricious Reflection again? Probably. I don't know. There are technically some pretty good consumables that I would like back, but honestly, Pack Morsels isn't really among them. So I think I will take the Capricious. Let's do a quick... I should like review the map really quick. So Umbra on the Merchant side. Probably avoid that if possible. Steel Remnant would be good. Toss up here. Yeah, this Hellvent Vortex is a lot of value. Steel Vortex is more value, but if I get something like a Perils, maybe we can justify the magic there. Hellvent's Caverns, but Vortex, Horde, and Steel. That I don't know where we're going. So we could think in the back of our minds Hellvent is like maybe only 2 on this map. Magic is clear winner here, I'd say. And then Magic. It's a lot of Merchant of Magics. Merchant of Steels as well, though, are pretty hittable everywhere. So I don't know what information that really gives us. I know that we're probably definitely going to want to do a Remnant strategy. with the enticing remnant banners on the map. You know, draft is great. Armor with that and that boss could be tough, but that's why we have a pretty strong early game with Gorge Penumbra. Stacking lifesteal seems good. Is it better to get an energy next turn? I doubt we need the energy. Let's get more stats then, and I can throw these away, probably. But yeah, Dripfall, as you can see, not super useful early. Okay, I take it back. It's very useful early. We would have to get pretty unlucky not to kill this next turn. Let's see, 5-5. No way to get through any of this. Let's just get these guys out of here. Definitely looking at some pyre health here. Oh, that works. I mean, I guess no matter what, I was clearing that floor. Rubber morsel master. So by the way, we're already almost at 40 here. I mean, I guess ring 1, I don't know, maybe trample is better ring 1, I don't know. But I'll be at better health because I have lifesteal. You know, I would actually, if I didn't get excavated ever, I'd be taking somewhat significant damage. Good double drag here to save 1 pyre health, but I think we just feed. Should have actually put a steward down there. Could have got a hit. I can get a hit if I do that. Health more important than the alternative. Should be good here. We've got pretty good stats. Yep. That is why. Well, we still end up with way better stats here, right? Though, pretty sure Trample still beats it. But yeah, I could only feed 1 morsel if it was Trample, and I wouldn't be getting nearly the stats from them. Like, especially if I keep rolling rubber morsels like I was. It's just a 1-1. You know, instead I'm getting 4-2. It's quite a lot. So, or 5-3 in comparison, plus I get 2 of them, so it's like, yeah, a ton of stats. Permafrosted Immortal Trade, not horrible. Permafrosted Morsel, pretty bad. This is definitely a good scaler, making of a morsel. Pack morsels. I think if we want to add additional morsels, we do take the unfortunate permafrosted making morsel. It's not that bad. I mean, you could argue it has synergy with like a shroud spike if I find it, or like yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to look at the positive here. I don't know. Immortal Trade is probably pretty good, but the problem with this combo, lack of scaling often. And this is pretty good scaling, even if it's awkward. I still don't think it pushes us toward taking like an Umbra unit, but it might be the best choice here. Like, I will find a lot of, even though this is like one of the best sustain options in the game, if not the best, I don't know that I need it as much as this, right? So like in a vacuum, Immortal Trade permafrosted is way more valuable than a making of a morsel permafrosted. However, think about the combo, think about where we're at. We have no scaling right now aside from inconsistent morsels. The nice thing about making of a morsel, it is a consistent, predictable set of damage, and if you needed health. The damage is more important, I find, but it's nice to have the health too. Like, knowing that I can get 6 out of it every time is quite nice, and you know, our only options for scaling from are like everything here requires moving parts, right? But this requires the least amount of moving parts. It just requires being put down, and the upside of this is actually better than this. The upside here is a Shroud Spike just wins us the game with a Gorge Penumbra most likely. So I think we take a Making of a Morsel. Fuck. Here we get the quintessential reason I hate Drake's Secondary. We start with Dripfalls, which give us no direction at all. And then, you know, Primitive Molds, Dark Calling Rector. I take a draft here easy. Easiest choice of my life. Easiest choice of my life ever. But now, I am faced with the chicken egg scenario of do I take a Molded and then never find draft? Always happens. Or do I take a draft and never find Molded? Also always happens. This, or I just take the Mullen Case, but unfortunately I've been, you know, a little bit boned here by Capricious, because now I've added health. Not good. And it can't do the ideal Burnout and Endless here. I could still put an Endless on it, and maybe that's still the best call here. But I doubt it is. This is much more doable in combos where you have easier access to scaling. I mean, how is this going to work with a Making of a Morsel scaler or gorging in general? Like, say I never find Paraffin Enforcer, say I never find Wicklash. It's not going to work, right? It could. But, I don't know. This is a really tough choice. The upside of draft is the highest here, hands down. But you just take a Molded and open up more of the Remnant lines, since we do have several Remnant units coming up. Because here's my thought. Let's say I take a draft. It does open up. It still opens up some stuff. This is a conundrum I've had with Drake's Secondary. It's like, do you take draft in this scenario? The first ring award, you have no way to support it. Is it still better than taking like a Molded or a Burnout Extender? Because here's the thing. You're not likely to find Molded necessarily on the next ring. You are likely to find Burnout Extension. Either in the form of like, you know, I got a unit draft coming up. I have two, at least one for sure, probably if I need it, I can go for two. If I take the draft, I'm very inclined to go here if I miss here. But, you know, there's things like Lady of the Reformed would be the Burnout Extension, right? And you could build around that. Quick on the draft, though, is not ideal there. You probably want to put draft into something in that case. But that's only a downside, I'd say, if like you're not finding a Burnout Extension spell in the next ring reward. So you'd have to brick on not finding Molded or the Burnout Extension spells, and that is highly unlikely. It's not out of the question though. But maybe you just play those odds. See, now I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire lately, where you have to make more aggressive decisions like this and play the odds. And I hope it's not going to affect my Monster Train game poorly. Because, like, in my Slay the Spire mindset, draft would just have to be it here. Draft really has the upside, and to beat Ascension 20 heart kills, you need upside. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take the draft, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Okay, we already have... Ooh, okay. Yikes. Well, unfortunately, Capricious is not doing us any favors here. You obviously don't want a Battle Stone on Paraffin Enforcer. But it's fine. All we need is a multi-strike on him. We can't do quick multi, but we can also, I guess... It's not out of the question. We could take the Enforcer and put it into draft. That might be better, depending on what our setup is. Like, It would be more overall burnout, 3 versus 1 burnout. It'd be 1 pip, and yeah, it'd be quick. That might not be a problem though if I end up with, say, like a hallowed drippings, which I guess we really wish we would have took the frickin' whatever. But we have a lot of Merchant of Magics. Shadow Eater wouldn't be out of the question, honestly, though. Like with 2 Remnant coming up, you're likely to find a Paraffin Enforcer, hopefully. And then you can do some of those shenanigans, but not when it's large stoned. So far, Capricious has not helped us at all. It's only hurt us, you know. This is not a slot we want taken there. That's not a slot we really want taken here, usually. It might be, but currently it's not. And this is obviously not a slot we want here, and neither is this. And this just isn't a unit. We'll take the Enforcer, though. So, I don't know. I still don't know how I evaluate Capricious Reflection. It has been so consistently bad. I had to imagine we still go to the Merchant of Steel. Though, yeah, I think we go for the chance at Lady of the Reformed. Or maybe like Lady of the House. The only thing, the argument against Steel here is we're only looking for multi-strike. We don't benefit from any other thing. So it is a 50-50 in the Merchant. But, you know, we have Capricious. Maybe we get, like, a usable Remnant unit. Here's the thing. I could get any unit, really, right? As long as it has multi-strike attached to it, I can just put the Paraffin Enforcer into it. We're good to go. I could also go to the left. Umbra Banner. We have set up for supporting Umbra Banners. Question is, like, do I benefit from, like, spells? Holdover, Making of a Morsel, yeah. Sucks that it would have to be at a 1 cost. You'd love to put it at a 0 cost, but yeah, I can do that. Consumer move these, meh. Double stack these, meh. Permafrost, meh. So the Merchant Magic isn't that good, and we don't want an Umbra Banner. Boom. Endless. Oh, brick so far. Spell Chain and Pierce. Technically could Pierce that. I don't really like wasting upgrades on it. It's not like Pierce makes this super viable later on. It's a very risky card to use in the Divinity fight. So do you need the Pierce early? Not really. It does what it does early. It either hits a unit and kills it or not. I guess it opens up Spell Shield Trial. And Spell Chain, we could have put it here if I didn't have the slot, because there's no way at a 1 cost I'm spell chaining that. There's just no spell chain at all here. So yeah, we're building this brick by brick here. So it's endless. What the hell? Well, I did say if a unit had multi-strike, I would probably use it. Oh, why is it making me do this? But then there's a Lady of the Reform, which I also said we might take. Because here's the thing. If I brick on Burnout Extension, even a Molded, I'd argue, is unideal with Paraffin Enforcer game plan. If I brick on that, we'd be really happy to have this Lady of the Reform. And is this much better than just saying put the Paraffin Enforcer into the draft? I get more initial burnout here, but it's not priority draw, which means definitely situations arise where I draw it late and I can't even get my scaling going, and I just simply die. So I typically like to put draft into Paraffin Enforcer if possible, but with Drake's Secondary it's almost impossible. That's a huge benefit of something like Primitive Mold or Dark Calling Rector. Dark Calling Rector actually the best in that case, right? Right from the get-go, you can get around the Ember Drain by going top. you can get your immediate reform. It immediately gets even more burnout. And then you just put it down and find your burnout extension and plow. So, in a way, if I put the Paraffin Enforcer into this, it does give me that, but it's also, at the 2 pip, the upside of the draft is very hard to deny. And let's say this. Let's say because I may need a pip upgrade if I go with the 2 thing. But what if let's just review the vortexes here. They are pretty good so far. Not so good there, but yeah, good there. Not so good there. We don't have a massive amount of vortexes that are super, like, ideal to hit, I guess I would say. The first 2 are pretty automatic, but past that, yeah, first 2 are automatic. This one is tough. Is not tough. It is tough. I don't know. What do you do here? You know? Hordes with Umbra, so it's a little less good. And then here's automatic, but then this one is not, right? Huh. My thought though is like, you know, if I can thin the deck out enough, then draft is less of a risk, right? You know, you bottom deck it. I take a double draw upgrade because I don't need pip. I put a lady down. I'm just thinking of the worst case scenarios here, where I don't find a burnout extender card. And, you know, I put lady down. I have 3 turns. At 7 draw. We don't have Scourge Shufflers, so at 7 draw. We're thinking Divinity or even Chaste. Because we lose a lot of rage. We want to build rage fast. We may even want to think about if it's possible to do a multi-floor setup against Chaste. To try to make the rage halved less. Here's a problem though. It really doesn't actually mitigate the halving that much. It's like, let's say you have 10 rage, it halves it, you go down to 5, you rebuild back to 10. We'll just use a simple example. Comes back, it halves it down to 5. If that's the scenario where it's just a single floor setup, it just keeps happening. Let's say you got a 2 floor setup. It'll come every 3, so you go from 5. So say you're at 10, it halves it to 5. You get back to 10. You get back 15. You get back to 20. It comes back, it halves it down to 10. You get back to 15. You get back to 20. It halves it back to 10. So it's like you get a little bit more rage. It's not actually that much. And then you're also having to support 2 floors. Well, I don't know. This is an okay upgrade. It's not the best, but at least it's health. And a type, I don't know. I think we're going to do the Lady of the Reform. I can use it now is the thing. We're not going to like do any... We're not going to put Enforcer into Lady though. We're going to put Enforcer into Draft in case, unless something better comes along. Also, let's just see if... I should have rerolled here. There was nothing I was going to put Endless on other than maybe a Bounty Stalker that had like a burnout upgrade or something. Like that was unlikely, right? Because then I could have seen here. Okay, it's just quick. We can do 25 health there. That's fine. I'm not going to hold out for a multi-strike there. I don't think, at least. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Too late now. I don't think we had anything here. I don't think we're like necessarily that strong right now. And like I said, the piercing doesn't change much. We don't need to make any infusions yet. Spikes is fine. There's already spikes, so you're just dealing with more of the same. Let's get all of y'all here. Still to go top with the Ember Drain. This deck doesn't need Ember that much unless I draw like the 3 cost here, which I luckily don't. Damage and health. And yeah, we can just give this guy 2 morsels, why not? Should have Shade Splittered before putting those down then. See, this is unfortunate. Like, even with Lady of the Reform, this is tough, right? I can't actually play this. Safer just to do that. May as well do that. I don't think... I mean, we're not going to redraw into this, so we may as well just play it. Is there any point to not... Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna mess with it. Well, that was pretty strong. Oh my god. Capricious. Capricious, you dog. Okay, I take it all back, Capricious. You're good in my book. This is an obvious choice. Holdover Perils, come on. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just Purifying Cleanse. These don't have good upgrades attached, though honestly... Could go Draft into Lady of the Reform. Then I have Draft, like I could put this Draft into Lady of the Reform, then I put the Paraffin Enforcer into this Draft. No, that's pretty greedy and risky, I think. This just solves the problems that we were facing. I don't even really need it. I'll probably keep a Lady of Reform with this unless I can get an intrinsic on it. But yeah, that pretty much... And the heal's alright, right? Double stack means I don't even have to like hold it over or anything. So now what do we do? 50-50 multi-strike is all we're looking at over here. We don't want quick, we don't want shitstone, we do not want endless. If I go left... I don't know. Maybe another Paraffin Enforcer is still fine. Like, it's like, would I say... I mean, who knows? Maybe we just get something at this point that has multi-strike. I'm still not thrilled about using the Draft, let's put it that way. The Draft with quick here. Although quick is less bad, because we have the Purifying Cleanse. Yeah, I think left. If I were to follow my pathing guide, we would go left here. There's just, I think, better deal... Because when you play Slay the Spire, you look at things in terms of expected value. I don't know that you do in Monster Train. I think you look more toward your floor. You still look at it kind of like expected value, but like technically the expected value here is fine, right? The expected value here of 50-50 at multi-strike is not so bad, but Monster Train, you can win at 100% win rate. Because of not making plays like that, where you think more like, okay, what's like my P10? You know, P10, like the 10th percentile. We don't necessarily need to think of like the P1 or something. Maybe like the P15 or something. What happens in 15% or better of scenarios instead of like 50% of better or scenarios? In 15% or better of scenarios, I'm just pulling that number out of my butt clearly, but I think it's somewhat accurate. We find decent stuff here. Yeah, it's a really low roll not to find anything here. So I think we go here. All right, here's a great example. This is not a high roll, not even necessarily. It's like a mid roll, I'd say. You know, we can get health, which nice to have Pyre Buffer health, especially when we may not have great scaling. I do have 2 ways to give it health currently. Or we just get some AoE, which also saves us health, and I probably lean toward the AoE here. That is going to be really good. Just turns these strikes into AoE. And then, what is this? Same exact stuff. Well, Spell Chain's really good on perils. We're just going to do that, right? I don't think there's any reason not to do that now, in fact. Because if we get the ×5, we definitely want to times it by 1 at least. Wow. Apparently Wickless Tycoon is just all about this, huh? What do we do with this Tycoon? Alright, hear me out on this. What if I do this? What if I put the Paraffin Enforcer into this Tycoon? It's 2 burnout. If I only ever have the Paraffin Enforcer on the Tycoon, and then the Lady of the Reform with a draft into it, that's 4 strikes. Unfortunately, Lady strikes first, though. But maybe it opens up quick. Maybe now I can hit a Merchant of Steel and not just only have 50-50. Then quick is good on this. And at that point, I probably have 4 strikes. They eventually get big enough. I don't know if they get big enough and chased, but that's where Gorge Penumbra is going to come into play. I can also fit a drag onto the floor depending on where we're going to set up. Like, we can do a bottom floor setup in that case. I also have additional scaling with the perils. I think I like it at this point. And I'll make that infusion now. I don't think I need to wait. This is already aligned to victory that I'm seeing, so we're going to put that into this. Plus, we're going to get gold. Like, this is actually okay. Like, we didn't make... We had the same thing we could do before, right? But we don't make it because we wanted this piece of the puzzle and also the Purifying Cleanse. Now, knowing we have those, this becomes so much more doable. Now we can just put the draft into the lady next. But that's not as important as this one. Still not going to do the Pierce. We're at 50 shards. That is plenty. So we have a heal. We don't want a Petrified Heart, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I want to add health here. There are times health there would be nice, but I'd like to keep the slot open. I think we just add 25 here. It's either that or we take blood for blood. I think I like a little bit of extra health on the lady. Just overstack that. Health is what we want here. 100 health, that's a good tank. I got to heal every now and then. Hopefully, in fact, I might even argue quick is more ideal than another multi-strike here. So we are good to go. I'm feeling good about this. Apparently everybody died here though, so we'll see. Can't think of too many reasons why I would die here though. So we could take this damage, and since I'm getting stunned, I would preserve my lifesteal. I don't really think that's worth it though. I think that's maybe a bit of a liability. This is, by the way, also a good example of... You know what though? I don't really need Gorge Penumbra this fight. And I can probably chump block if I need to, if she comes back and I never get a hit in. I'm pretty sure I'll get a hit in. Let's just get a bunch of gold right now. I think that's a-okay. Plus, I'll be gorging more to get his health back up. Well, theoretically, I'd be gorging more. Okay, so here we can even get some AoE in along with this. We want this one in for sure. So this hits... Do we want to take 12 here to extend burnout? I believe we do, because we'll just heal back eventually. And then I can get my lifesteal in later. 31. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we'll have enough health so that when she's back, I'll be fine. I suppose this doesn't matter that much. I think I do want to get hit. We'll just get so much burnout extension here. Here, I don't think I want to get hit all these times. And again, I do want to get rid of that 1 health. And there may not be a better way. Yeah, I suppose there's no way to actually do that. Well, if I roll 2 6 health ones, I could do it with the perils. Right. No such luck there. We kill them all already. Let's just do this. We'll get that going. Want a health one? Technically okay. I should have just put it in front. Could have even got an extra money out of it, so mistakes were made. Yep, that's a kill. Let's try to get an extra bit of gold. Alright, we're rich. This is the best wickless tycoon ever. Oh god. Pretty sure this is bait. Could be an emergency heal, because I didn't take that molded. I don't actually have reform. I could see worlds where this makes sense. Honestly, it might not be that bad. I mean, it's permafrosted. We're not going to build around it like when you normally would. I don't think we're going to like try to look for holdover. But like we want to keep our main floor intact. But like, I could see justification to keep a few drags, and maybe this is our answer to maybe a 3-floor setup, 3-floor pseudo setup against Chase that really helps our rage stay intact. With a 3-floor setup, now we're talking about actual rage extension. You know, I can keep Gorge on top, do like a drag floor middle, or I'll make my main floor middle. We don't know. It depends on who gets drawn first, right? If I get Wickless Tycoon drawn first, we gotta go middle, right? If I don't, then we're fine. We probably actually might go middle most times, but that's still fine. We can maybe make a Hallowed Halls work. How many steals are we hitting? 1? The magics are a lot less needed now. I could hit 2. And then I can just search for some healths on these drags. I don't think I gained much from a mitosis. I technically do have the making of a morsel permafrosted, so I don't know. Maybe like a mitosis becomes pretty good here, but you know what? It probably is. We can still make Penumbra get us value with a mitosis, I'm pretty sure. Against Divinity, I don't know though. I don't know if we're worried about using Penumbra on Divinity though. Like, we can go top with our main floor in Divinity and just kind of solve things. Plus the ordering could get messed up if Hallowed Halls is actually used with my main group. I think if I lose my main group, I'm dead anyway, and Hallowed Halls isn't going to help that. I think a mitosis maybe. You know, and I have the last two magics, even though it'll be a while, like, mitosis is probably my best holdover target currently, right? Oh my god, another Paraffin Enforcer. So, is it better to... So here's now another thought. Like, what if I just put Paraffin Enforcer into Lady of the Reformed? I lose a strike, but then we can keep Draft. And I either set up bottom or top with my main floor. And that... I have an extra multi-striker that has quick. Now we kind of got a stew brewing, don't we? Or I just put that Paraffin Enforcer into the draft and don't put anything into Lady of the Reformed. Because I don't really need to. I like that. This deck probably wants Pip, but not enough to not want draw. Definitely we go here. 50 shards, do we need that? We got, what, 3 temples and a Divine Horde? I doubt we need the gold, especially if the Tycoon is a main thing. So what do we Hellvent? I could have... Maybe, oddly enough, probably the Purifying Cleanse, right? Like, we do want to heal the lady. I'm pretty sure it is that. Think about how do we lose right now? Well, losing the lady. Also, like, some situations may arise where I just... Maybe the lady can't take damage, and my Paraffin Enforcer is going to burn out. So having an extra hit there is good. And just having the heal is good. If we have to set up top, we want to be able to heal the back as well. Definitely get rid of the stewards, I think, for now. Are we good into Stealth Boss? I don't think... Yeah, we have Shade Splitters. Shade Splitters just wreck the boss, and I can finish with Gorge Penumbra. Do we have a decent argument to flex Monstrous here, since we do technically have a mitosis? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't seem like we need it. We want this to scale up the health faster. We want extra space. If I do this, I also shut off the mid. Like, against Divinity, we probably go mid with Penumbra. I think we just go full Glutton, hope for a Trample Stone, or a Furnace Tap ideally would be amazing in this deck. We also have the whole Ember package would be amazing. Okay, depending on what we start with, we could switch things up a bit. Okay. Too bad this doesn't have 5 spikes. If this upgrade was 5 spikes, it would actually be a decent upgrade. Then I could kill a backliner with it. But at 3 spikes, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, what is 3 spikes going to kill? Absolutely nothing. I guess it would technically kill these. Maybe that's reason enough, actually, just to go top here, though, huh? I think it is, actually. Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's go there. It spikes, so somehow we... Our luck is amazing here, apparently. I guess all of these should go here if they're just gonna ram into spikes. Why not, right? We would do this here. Just help our draw a bit. It's like, oh yeah, there's no temple. I was like, did I forget to make my infusion? I think we can deal with Ember Drain just fine. But why didn't I do that? Oh, because we want burnout extension. Sure, that's what we'll go with. That's what we'll go with. Beautiful. Definitely, exploding candle is starting to pay dividends. Yeah, this ended up being way better of a play anyway. So stand by it. Nice. Don't think we wait to recycle into mitosis. Let's just keep feeding. And let's have this die to kill that. Just realized though that this guy has not gotten to attack at all. That ain't good. Wait for a draft. Probably wait for a draft, right? I don't know what to do about this guy. This guy doesn't hurt my pyre that much, but this guy could, but like, is doing this helping me or hurting me? I don't know. I don't know. I think we want to do that. That is an unfortunate thing. We basically had to 50-50 this into also not 50-50ing that for this to go bad. So the play I made makes sense most of the time, but this was the worst scenario. So, I don't know. We could still put it down. We may as well. At least, I think this puts us in a position to at least do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, this is better there. Definitely got to get the stewards out of this deck. Alright, he actually dies, so we can do that. Beautiful. Let's do this to get more burnout extension. Give you lifesteal or you lifesteal? Probably better up here, is safer. Not sure why I gave a rubber over the damage. Probably because I'm dumb. Yeah. I think we can greed for a bit of money here. Should definitely kill him here. Yeah, get an extra 5 gold doing that. There we go. It's like, wait, I'm losing 10? No way. Not losing 10 gold on that. Whew. Yeah, I don't think these are happening. This is like a collection of all this. I mean, other than void binding, what's good? Nothing really, right? At the uncommon Umbra tier. Said it before and I'll say it again. As bad as the Umbra banners are, they are not the weakest part of the clan. It's the uncommon drafts. Fix that before the banners even. That'd be my. I think I made an okay suggestion. This is my suggestion for Emberforge, because to me this unit has no place in any goddamn deck. Make it a banner unit, make Morsel Master a non-banner. So flip their priorities. You can keep Morsel Master the same, it just doesn't feel like a banner unit to me. But it makes sense as like a token uncommon draft, and it'd actually be a decent one to find some of the time. It'd be usable, unlike Emberforge, but then Emberforge, make it a banner, rework it entirely, make it something that isn't Morsel-centric, to give a little bit more diversity to a clan that honestly isn't 100%. If you look at the Umbra clan, if I'm going to utilize the strong points of the clan, it's almost never Morsels unless it's a Shroud Spike, right? I lost the music. But you know, it's the Ember Drain package, it's space extension, things like that are the powerful things. So what I say, why not lean a bit into the Ember thing? It is called Ember Forge, right? So we can keep it 3 pip. We're not going to make it an amazing unit, but we're going to make it something that you can take, make the Ember units a little bit more enticing. Keep the stats the same. I could argue maybe to give it a little more health, but we'll just say for more or less, more or less, we're just going to leave it be 3 pip. It's already tough to put down, right? We'll leave it 1 Ember. It loses this stupid effect, and it gets an entirely new effect. And it's just going to read whenever, we'll call it Ember Forged, the keyword. Gain 1 rage whenever Ember is spent on this floor, per Ember spent on the floor. So on the baseline, let's say you make a main floor with Ember Forge on it. Oh, and by the way, the rage is given to every unit that isn't Ember Forge, because it'd be weird to me to have Ember Forge always be attacking. That just doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe it does. I mean, they are carried by these dudes. Maybe it makes sense. But my thought right now is, if it's already taken up 3 pip. It already doesn't do any attack. And I don't think 1 rage per Ember is very busted. At the baseline, say you're just spending 3 Ember, 3 to 4 Ember. It's given 3 to 4 rage to the floor. That's alright. That's like a single striking Paraffin Enforcer. Definitely not busted, but usable, right? But then there's some pretty good upside there for the times when you can spend quite a lot of Ember, which is also making cards. Now I also think this would be an uncommon banner, so you find it fairly often. Now you got cards like Kindle that are so niche that might open up a bit. Now you can do a Kindle and combine it with even a shitty X cost, such as Forever Consumed, but you're now giving, you could give maybe 10 rage to the floor. So to me, it's not overpowered, it's usable, and it opens up Umbra a bit more. I think it's a good change. Anyway, skip. Sac res, no. Recruitment holdover doesn't make sense unless we have a Fade's First Blade, I would say. Even then, I don't know in this deck that it ends up making sense. It could make sense to, if we had, like, found Ember Drain cards that weren't perils, like Furnace Tap and Void Binding. It is another way out of Ember Drain, one that I don't always think of off the top of my head. But we have a holdover perils, so we really don't need it, right? And doesn't really, we don't want to remove the burnout on our units, and maybe a Wicked Blaze on Permafrost is not that bad, right? I'm just thinking, like, maybe there's some times when things go sour and I lose a unit. That's insurance. I like the insurance policy. I'll pay 1 bad draw for that. I think for sure we go left here. It is now quick and multi that are good. Quick goes here, I think, and multi would go here. Give our temple too. Alright, there's the quick. I think we just lock it in. I don't need another multi on the dude. Alright. If I get another multi, I just put it on the draft. Man, do I like this draft play, though? It's only has 5 health. I'm kind of like walking back on it now. I'm like, what if I just put the draft back into the lady like we were going to do originally? The health problem, it's like... But I could add health. Yeah, let's do quick here. If I get a... Let's reroll and just see what happens. Fuck. Of course it's multi-strike now. Well, here's another thought. What if I put multi in this and put draft into it? It doesn't make much sense. Ah, this seems wacky not to put a multi-strike in, but this thing doesn't have any health. And the Paraffin Enforcer... I mean, what if I just put the... what am I doing here? Put a multi here, put the draft in. It's a risky play. 1 burnout. And we didn't, it was purge, not intrinsic, so our chances of intrinsic burnout extension, which doesn't even guarantee we're able to do this, by the way. I think I'm like gonna just... I don't want to get the sunken... So there's always a sunken cost fallacy, right? You make a mistake, do you commit to it? My mistake, I guess, is taking the paraffin and thinking it would be good into this draft. It is still good, though, if I take the 25 here. Which I think I'll do. I think I want these two specifically to be the banners. And then this is the follow-up. If I have it at 30 health, it has survivability. I think... You know what? It'll just be a good no Frenzy Stone. How about that? Or that technically it is a Frenzy Stone run. But is it, though? If you get it from Capricious, does it count as a Frenzy Stone run? I don't know that it does. Maybe it does. Either way, we're going to do this. I think this is overall the strong play to make. So we're at 75. We'll go to 90. Do I want to purge any of these? Not really. They're all every one of my spells is alright, especially going into a stealth bus. Let's chill for now. I could also just put multi-strike onto a drag. It's not that out of the question, is it? But I don't know. Let's just remove these. Too bad that's not health. I mean, I'm going to have more gold than I know what to do with on this run with the Tycoon. Do I just do something like this? Like, this could pull me out of some issues, right? I'm going to do it. We'll see. Is that good? That's basically making it a Shroud Spike. Then I don't... The only thing is, like, it does shut down, I guess, holdover, but do I even want it held over? This could just get me to my shard count. It's even better than Shroud Spike, as long as I'm not setting up top with, what's his name? There's sweepers, though, here. I think I actually like this. I have it makes the permafrost on this a lot more sense-making, right? Making more sense, something along those lines. I don't know how to talk. Don't know that I remove anything yet. I could remove a drag. Let's remove a drag. Let's remove 2 drags. Yeah, you know, there's probably harvesters coming up, right? We don't really want necessarily drags into them. That's just a dead card. Ring 5, what is it? Three of the 4 are harvesters, and yeah, we get a group that has a lot of harvesters. And at 90 shards, these guys often are above 5 health. 5 spikes does hurt Wickless Tycoon a bit. So I probably don't take this. It's not like we're in need of an artifact to win this run. Probably want to preserve all the health possible against this guy too. This guy's kind of scary at 90 shards. Probably one of the most shard affected bosses there is. We want to set up mid, so much for the draft that we did, but yeah, I just don't really see how makes sense otherwise. How did I know this was going to happen? I thought to myself, I was like, I'm going to draw it without any morsels still, even though I have a fucking permafrosted Mickey morsel in like all of these morsel cards. How did I know? I guess I've just played the game too long. I know these things happen. I know this bullshit happens. Fucking hell. Oh, so much for that 15 shard. So glad I did that. We might be in a rougher spot than I initially anticipated. I don't know how I have a draw upgrade. I don't know how I've only gorged 3 times in this deck. I'm gonna try not to tilt, but it's gonna be fucking tough. Just take that out. I don't need to take extra damage here. Well, I'm gonna take the damage anyway. We definitely don't want to take all that damage to the pyre, though. Yeah, we can finish. Well, we can't really finish this guy off. Unfortunately. I guess against that we want to do that. These, unfortunately, are dead draws. I could do 20 extra damage, which doesn't mean anything here. So 50. Yeah, I do 70 if I do that. Might as well just put this down there then. And I can get lifesteal. I don't need the lifesteal, do I? Health is better. Just let that recycle, don't play that. Yeah. I'm gonna save that for Shroud Mitosis. I might need, like... I might need it, she might die. I got this to bring her back, though. This is definitely the worst troop possible that we could have ever found. I also have this for AoE, because this boss for some reason gets 2 of those dudes behind. Alright, we do get a heal. It's not that much of a heal. I can get around this bullshit, so it's... that... Actually don't get much from that, huh? Still not as good as the Shroud Spike, actually. At least the ceiling. So this kills everything there, and I don't have to use this. I think that's fine. And I guess we might as well feed this thing stuff. Definitely good to lock in the lifesteal. I don't think this floor is going to do much to this boss, so we really got to focus on top floor now. Okay. I think stacking lifesteal is better. We can take a look at what comes out here. I don't think... Well... I could play this. It doesn't really do anything. We definitely play these. Question is, do I want to redraw into that? I think I do, in case I drew. We have a turn after this where we redraw the deck. I want to get Shroud Mitosis, and I want to combo it with something, which also means I don't want to play this because I don't want to redraw this. It doesn't really do me much to like bring a dude in that's going to immediately die to Mr. 100 damage here. Okay, that's doing a lot more damage than I thought it would. With this heal, I don't know if that'll make a difference. We'll find out. Oh, with double drip fall, he's actually dead. Okay, nice. So let's... yeah, whatever. Starting to see strong considerations for getting a pip upgrade. Ooh. There we go. And it actually hit on a really good upgrade. A little risky to hit this before Perils. Could be, now that we have this, we could start thinking about, yeah, I'm less interested in pip now. More interested in draw. Ooh. I don't like it on holdover, I guess. Then again, maybe I do. With the Perils, we can definitely afford it. This might be okay to add as well. I'm trying to think, like... this Void Binding represents defense and offense. Quite a lot of it. 4 damage shield. I would hold this over if I can... now I have a good holdover target too, by the way. Which means I would have another holdover if I have this. If I have that on holdover, we don't need that. I think we hit this Hell Vent. We're kind of out of Merchant of Steel stuff that's just not needed. And yeah, there's more upside over here. And Vortex, I don't know. I don't really need to remove that much. So is it just Wax and Spike, actually? I don't know that we're in dire need of burnout. Pretty sure we're finding plenty of burnout. This gives me some floor-wide defense. I mean, I could like combo that with the Penumbra, but then the catch-22 is I'm definitely gorging less at that point. It's weird, like I really wish this didn't have holdover. I might like it more as like a double stack or a permafrost. I don't like I don't know. I don't want to kill my draw. Like my draw is very important in this deck. I'm already killing it once with the Perils, and I would absolutely hold this over if I find it. But maybe we're getting too ahead of ourselves. We don't know that we're hitting these for sure. I don't know that we're finding a holdover. It's what, 25% that I don't, or 75% that I find it. Which is high, but not high enough that it's like that guaranteed. In that case, would I just want this on holdover? Probably. Catch-22 though, because then this is my main burnout extension force, which is fine. Past the first time I play them, it's probably fine. You know, she'll get hit to spikes every now and then anyway, maybe. She'll probably just take some damage. Seems like I should take this. It's actually not super clear what I should. I don't know that we need that. Just no Scourges guaranteed. Refined Void might just be nice to have. It's wasted on this unit, but it's pretty good on this unit. It's like adding a little bit of initial health, basically. Pretty good on Penumbra. Might be good on the Giraffe if we're going top. Yeah, the other ones don't do a whole lot for me. Maybe the morsels, though. I should have thought about morsels more. Like, Penumbra has been somewhat important. Oh my god. Okay, we high rolling, boys. We high rolling. Might as well put it on the priority draw unit that has quick. Yeah, we'll do that. GG. I don't know, maybe I just hellvent that now. I was gonna hellvent this. I am wondering though, would this still be the best hellvent? It definitely makes playing this easier. Would that be the best hellvent? I got a lot of stuff that I can hellvent. Is having only one perils risky in this deck? I don't think so. It's more like that's like an argument against hellventing the Void Binding, because it's actually guarantees that it becomes a dead draw first cycle a lot of the time, because I wouldn't want to. Now I'm wishing I had the holdover Lucas recruitment, because it could make this more possible, but I think in light of everything, the Purifying Cleanse still makes the most sense. And we at this point we're getting to the point where drag AoE doesn't do anything, and drags need to be first out of this deck now, even the multi-strike one. I think we can go bottom here. I could justify putting this drag in as well. So one can't. Do we need that? I know we do that. If I put this in front, it doesn't even kill that. But if I put it back here, it will kill it. And I get more gold, so that is just the play. And do I do this because we know there's no daze thing now? I can put the lady in next turn even if she doesn't have stealth. And then do that to replenish a bit of health. So I don't really need the burnout extension. I can find it later. And I can just save myself 10 health. You know what? There's no point to that. The extra heals also give us leeway to not play stealth there. So we'll heal. Still kills everything. Nice. Give you some health. Just put you there, I guess. Do I care that this is hitting me for a lot? I don't think so. I think we want that to happen. Also with the quick and this guy eventually doing a lot of damage, and if I do get the giraffe in, which is also quick, we aren't going to be getting hit that much, so it's definitely, I think, important that we did this. We got this now, so Void Binding is open. We're going to wait for a Shroud Mitosis on that one. Incant, that's easy. We can just do this. So Mitosis already has a Shade Splitter next turn. Let's just do this so it doesn't get incanted. And this card can actually get removed. It's pretty unnecessary. So I don't really care about getting it, you know, whatever to here. (86 by 2 kills that. I wonder if we should be doing this. No, I think the one with quick makes sense. It's actually, it almost is like if it was in the back in terms of Relentless anyway, and it's just always going to prevent more damage. We get that guy. We can just have it die, it's fine. 690, the nicest of nice. Get you back. Oh, we've got burnout on the guys that matter. I can also throw one the dregs away. I think it is about time we do this. We hit here. I don't really care about Wicked Blaze. And yeah, as we can see, our Gorge Penumbra. If for whatever reason I can't kill this guy, Gorge Penumbra can. Don't have to worry about that. And I don't think we need to save this. We really shouldn't have put... You know what? It's fine that we didn't put this down. If we bottom decked it, it's fine that we put that one in. Still gonna take a drop grade. I don't want Pip, even though we got that guy. Oh yeah, this guy's dead as shit. Renin Pack Consumer Move doesn't really seem good for this deck. Blazing Bolts, it's alright. Intent on Death, no. Yeah, we brick here, but that's fine. We don't really need much more to win. I don't think we need anything more to win. We're already winning, I think. Seeing how that went, we just need draw and removals. That's it. And anything else is a nice to have. Once you get just a few parts of the Emperor Drain package and a multi-striker, that alone is good enough. But we also have like floor-wide rage scaling. True, it is chased, but I definitely have a 2-floor setup going here, and that's going to be pretty good. I could take this just in case there's like an ungettable collector. It's probably worth more than 25 gold. And it is hilarious that, honestly, like, I don't even know that I would take this artifact if it were an artifact, not a divine one most of the time. It's still shit. 50%, like, make it, I don't know, 50% for 10 is just, come on, that's not a divine artifact. I don't know about you. Would I hold this over? I have to imagine I would. I think we still go here, even though I got all this gold for the trinkets. Like, what am I even looking for at the trinkets at this point? Combustible wax would be alright. Just save my money for the final trinkets. I think the removals are increasingly important here for making the downsides of the deck mitigated. Don't think a spell chain makes any sense. We don't need to unnecessarily go high on shards here. So let's just get rid of this and these. We're definitely at the point in the game, I guess maybe Shade Splitters we'd still want some of the dregs, but not enough for me to care to like not remove them. That is win more, I would say. I'm better off just doing that. Is there another temple? What was this temple again? Spell Chain and Pierce. Blah. Have they all been Spell Chain and Pierce? I think one was a Purge, right? Definitely all of the other things have been Spell Chain. I don't think I wait for like a -2 here. We just do this and see if we're getting holdover. We are. So yeah, it's 2, but fuck it. It's good. Nothing needed here other than a 0. I think a 0 here is fine. We don't hold it over ever. We already have too many cards on holdover. 10 though is fine here. We actually want the extra heal. Full Glutton, or do I do an Architect? Pretty sure we just do Full Glutton. We get a ton of stats now. I don't think I need to pay money for removals right now. We got a double draw 26 card deck. There's not a whole lot bad that can happen. Mark of Invasion just means we go top, probably, with our main floor. Oh wow. And Divine Mallet actually doing some serious work. Well, in the interest of getting around Ember Drain, I will do this. Unless I want to do that. But I'm pretty sure I just want to do this here. I wouldn't get around Ember Drain. Yeah, let's just do this. And you can get some scaling. Do I set up down here? That's... yeah, I can kill that. Gorge Penumbra can hopefully finish this Gilded Wing. If not, I've got plenty of stuff. Now, I don't know if we do this. We do. We do, I'm pretty sure. And we'll just do that. Like, Wilt Wings will hurt me enough, so... you know, there's that. Now, do I do this? Like, do I have the time to wait for this? Probably. 50-50 to get it next turn. Yeah, pretty sure we do that. And we'll do double life steal. We can throw these away. We have this. We do this. We do that. Guess that makes sense. Then again, maybe it didn't. Yeah, it kind of does. I don't know. Who knows? Got you in. I fucked that up. He should have went in the middle there. Stupid. Very stupid. Well, either way, Penumbra will finish it off. I think we just let that guy through. Let's do that. I don't want to lose too much of the pyre. We're going to get hit twice here. I don't necessarily have a good way to take that guy out. Unless I can roll two dudes that do... I guess I could toss it perils. I could toss it perils this way. One of them. There we go. And that... we can drip fall you down. We can give... I guess keep giving you more damage. I don't actually care too much about Lady of the Reform getting hurt. We want the revenge to still hit. That kills everybody. That's good. Just throw that away. Alright, we did it. We only took the 2 hits. It's not bad. One of these days we'll get draft in the closer to the top of the deck. I know we didn't bottom deck it, but we did like close to bottom deck it, and we did. So it's like every time the draft has just come late is what I'm getting at. Should be actually shifting the focus here. The Void Binding should go here, and the Peril should go there, I think. Might as well give you that. Guess we'll keep giving Stealth, why not? Yeah, we'll shift it this way. Just in case, we should give you that, but I doubt things are going to last that long. You can see, though, with the amount of cards we have in holdover, which is 3, we are only drawing 4 cards a turn. Which can be an issue, but I think the cards that we have coming back each turn add quite a lot of value. Definitely not holdover cave ending. So, I could actually see Prism Retrieval making sense here, though. Then we really want to get rid of those dregs. It's not a problem. It even comes with an okay upgrade. Spell chain. So, wow, that's wild. Spell chain every single one, huh? Well, no need to spell chain anything here. We already got our shard count, so we don't need to force unideal stuff. We got a lot of money here. Alright, liquor works. X cost technically works. We'll take both of them. It's not like we're needing to be stingy. We added X cost right before the end. Perfect. Premonition. Shadowbox? Maybe. Another holdover? I don't know about that. Although honestly, Purifying Cleanse is enticing. What if I can get a casing? Would I want to hold over the mitosis at that point? Like, I can split the Engulfed in Smoke's duties. Let me think. 500 gold. I'm probably going to get a shadow box off. And there's a casing, but there's also a Jax. So there is a casing for 240. Like, I could probably justify holding over the mitosis. I think I want to. So we go top and bottom, but on Divinity, we can go mid. If this is on holdover, it's not like I need the extra space. We go mid with the Penumbra. Since that's on holdover, I think we want it at 0 versus the Void Binding. Because the Void Binding, I can't... Like, I'll always probably want to play that Engulfed in Smoke. Oh, we didn't make removals. Got too ahead of myself. I could Hell Vent that, technically. That gets around, I think, some of my issues of getting that unit out without being able to remove the dregs. It's like adding a card but not adding a card to the deck, and actually it makes my spending of money on this a little bit better, because honestly, I didn't think we'd run out of money. I just saw 1,000 as like, whatever, yeah, we'll buy everything, but I quickly ran out of money. So this actually doesn't add a card to our deck in a sense, right? It only is adding a card if I draw all these units before, and if I draw all of them before, I'm not sad that I have these in the deck anyway, because I'm already off to the races. Otherwise, I play them, they draw the unit I wanted to remove anyway, or they draw the unit that I want to get in. Win-win. We're going to win this, we're not going to lose it. I'll be honest, I could see situations where we don't win, but we're not going to talk about those. So we see the one issue here with the Void Binding being drawn early. Phew. I'll tell you what. We can still go bottom. I'm going to sack this in the front. That'll kill all of that. We somehow rolled everything at 3 health, so that's good. Damage shield snow, good. We'll just throw that away here. And having morsels mid every now and then will be fine. I know it gives this guy armor. What are you going to do, though? So that hits there. I don't think we can play Void Binding here. We lose the value of it anyway. Sucks, but whatever. It is what it is. Penumbra is going to be quite important this run, I think. Okay, we don't want to get Ember Drained here before we have the Perils, so probably the Stealth goes there. And I may as well have that hit. See, here's a great example of why we have the backup, but also this. I don't even know if I want to play that, because if it... Well, it's fine. If it's draft, I can actually set up mid, and that's not that much of a downside. Hopefully that's not just copium. But I think it's true. Because now we have that 3-floor setup. Overall, I think it actually adds to our rage. I'm going to see if this tweaks the pathing at all. Because I want it to come back here and not back to the bottom. Didn't seem to matter. Okay. We are bottom decking a few of the good stuff for sure. But that's fine. We need this here. I have a thought about playing Wicked Blaze here to actually get value out of the Prism Retrieval. I think it makes sense. Do I need to keep this guy in, I wonder? I feel like I should. So we got those. We might as well keep his health here. If we're gonna do that. What is this? This. Alright, we're gonna do this, and what I'm gonna... God damn it. Alright, that's fine. We'll just do this. I forgot that I had extra space here. This guy's unfortunately gonna hit us. This is going worse than I thought it would, I'm not gonna lie. It's going worse than I thought it would, but I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna not play it. That way, Prism Retrieval draws that, and gives it a decent buff to damage. Jesus. Wow. Okay, maybe we're fucked. I don't know. At least these guys definitely sit up top, though, against Divinity. Maybe I should have done that here. I don't know. What the fuck? The fucking perils. Come on, man. Well, that's fine. I think we want to put the drag onto that. Oh, man. This floor could kill us, though. Well, we finally get that, at least. Let's go ahead and get as much scaling as possible here. Although, honestly, let's see what this gets us. Yeah. Okay, we gotta kill this guy. I already have 3 here, we should just play these down then. That's fine. And then just throw that away and don't play the others. Get some gold here. Remember Drain, but we got the perils now. Why the fuck did he put that guy there? No, we may want to perils up top just to prevent 30 damage here. I'm pretty sure we want to do that, yeah. Let's see what this gets us. That one's probably better. Oh. Definitely knew that was coming. Totally didn't, you know... Didn't, you know what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, he's getting fed plenty. We may just want to... Well, either way, we do this. It probably makes more sense still to do this, even if it is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even if it's just 2. And let's see. Burnout there. But as you can see, even with a 3-floor setup, we still lose a ton of rage. So I don't know how much multi-floor setups really help against Chase. I think it is a bit overrated. Essentially, you're still fucked. I think it's a lot better against something like Temperate, who gives a flat debuff, but in the DLC world, Temperate is so weak anyway, you don't need to build around it that much. That was more of a thing in vanilla. But when Chase mechanic literally halves your buffs, it's like you're just delaying losing all your shit anyway, and you lose it all anyway. So, I don't know. I don't think the multi-floor setup really does much. I think Penumbra is going to be the dude that actually is going to have to carry this home. Did we lose a morsel? Thank God we lost a morsel. Because I wouldn't be able to keep this on holdover if not. And actually, I think Chased will unfortunately remove all this. Pretty much fuck Chased, you know. But that's fine. We're just going to do this, do that. Yeah, see, we've gotten so much rage removed, we're not even killing a floor here with this. It's pretty rough. Oh, okay. Well, definitely Penumbra has to be our carry. I have to imagine with all this lifesteal that he will be. We might just want to shift to him here, but this wave needs to get dealt with, so we should try to work on this wave at least for now. Luckily we get a Shade Splitter here. Keep scaling. And this, by the way, again, why I really think, like, we would not be better off with Monstrous Penumbra. Gorge Penumbra is absolutely better here. We might want to preserve the health on this guy. Don't think we need to burn out extend him or anything, though. Maybe some damage shield here is fine. Yeah, it's probably just better there. Could have actually brought down... I should have probably just brought down the draft. Oh well. Yeah, we're only doing 1,000 here. I don't know that I want to pour much more into that then. Let's just... well, I do need to kill... Let's kill this and then... I don't know. Can I even do that? 76 by 2. It's going to be pretty hard to do that. Well, next turn I can throw apparels Morsel's way, which I have, guaranteed. So, yeah, let's just start working on this guy. And we'll get it done. Do we do this? Because the stealth is a bit redundant with the damage shield. Then again, I can preserve the... So yeah, I think this makes sense. Did I somehow lose damage by doing that? By giving that health? I don't know how that worked. I swear it was like 1,800 and then it went to 1,700. Whatever. I'm not going to fret. We'll throw one your way. Respectable damage out of our draft here. But yeah. Tell me that's not a better fucking unit than, you know, Monstrous Penumbra. When do your Monstrous Penumbras ever to get to that? And I'm not even that crazy. It's a mitosis spell chain, but that's good. But it's not like I would say typically I can get better out of Shroud Spike, for example. I mean, imagine if I had Shroud Spike consume removed with the first Hell Pact and all the energy I'm getting. Yeah. But yeah, this next fight will be interesting because our main floor should be significantly better than how horrible it was against Chased. And I can set them up top, I don't have to put them down bottom. There is some riskiness involved with Penumbra, though, going mid. It's the only downside here. But I can't go bottom. This is the... And I will admit, it's not like... I'm never going to say Gorge is a great path. And this is the big problem, right? I don't get any... Like, I guess I could have put a holdover on Dripfall. I didn't predict I would need Penumbra as much as I do, but I don't know that I'm going to need him that much on this fight. I needed him on the last fight. I think we still set up... Like, I can't set up top with Penumbra, really. I could with Avoid Binding, but... I think this should be fine. I don't know that I want to play that. I think we just want to... Yeah, that's fine. We survived this hit and we lifesteal back. Let's just get some minor scaling here. Lost the music, so we'll restart it. So we'll stealth mid here, because I do want to try to keep this guy alive. Get around the Ember Drain. Want to keep that for mitosis. So we're going to stealth here. I think I really want to keep him alive if I can. But we'll have to toss a stealth up top if I can't get much here. Okay, we got everything now. So let's just try to take a minute, think about what we want to do this turn. Like, where does Perils go? Where does Void Binding go? Which floor does the stealth go? I think I gain most from putting a Void Binding there. I don't have to stealth the top. In fact, I think I want to stealth here, even though I'm getting probably very minimal benefit. Okay, I'm going to Dripfall here. I'm going to get the Void Binding to 0. Keep that for mitosis, which should be coming up. These go here. We're going to get as much energy as possible. We will take 10 here, but that's fine. And I do want to get Burnout Extension just naturally going. Plus now I have 65 damage. We take a little bit, but whatever. That should hopefully be the last we take. Because now I actually have my full floor here, which I think is the first time we've really had this going. Yeah, we're killing everything except that. I might even be able to get there. We'll think about what that looks like. Of course, get that fucker. Now we're bottom decking mitosis. It's annoying. Makes me wonder if we just give up on Penumbra. It just came so late. But I don't know. We'll see. With the spikes, I may not even be able to do much. So let's just start thinking about the math here. So 78. This guy has 86. So we want to get you above 86. That's for sure, certain. But we don't necessarily want to get him that much above it, because then I want the damage here probably. Although maybe we want to try to get thinking about the Gilded Wing here, whatever you call him, the Dark Wing. Dark Wing Cuck. I feel like though, so if I kill this guy in one hit, you know, let's try to do that. I'm probably going to stealth this floor too instead of this floor. There's no point in stacking stealth on this guy, I think. Still need one more here. Now they're all dying. So let's think more about what we're doing here. I mean, I'm gonna give this guy some more armor though, so we'll see. This guy is 240. I need to get to 120. Let's move toward that then. I would like to heal her or him. He's gonna have so much damage shield. And I think we do this. We're still gonna take damage just fine. I do kind of wonder if I should do something like that. I think that makes sense. It's limiting the benefit. And do we play this just to maybe get this dead? I'm pretty sure we do. I'll keep the morsel in the pool in case I ever need it. Okay, we want the damage back there, I'm pretty sure then, because 136 by 2 is killing this guy. Is it 250, 255? So you're doing 260 something. Yeah, you're killing it. So the damage should go here. Yeah, especially for the upcoming one. Could have tried to get value out of that. Too late now, though. You have enough energy to do everything I want? I believe so. We could keep this on holdover. I'd probably toss the whatever here. It'd be nice to get this guy going now. So let's get him damage. I'll keep that on holdover. We don't want to redraw it, and I want it guaranteed. And we'll put that there. And let's start moving towards Shadow Box. Just get rid of that. We're still not killing that. God, I hope we're not dead. Well, that'd be pretty sad if we're dead there. Okay, we gotta kill this mini boss. Okay, we're killing the mini boss. That's good. 290. 158 definitely kills 290. Plus that one's like hurt a bit. So I think we still want to like put the damage on the back guy. I don't know though. Anything about, we definitely can't leak anymore. We do have to probably be a little bit specific on what we're doing here. This is probably the last floor I'm thinking though that will give us trouble, so let's just really put on our thinking caps here and we can relax for the rest of the run, because like I'm pretty sure this guy will get scaled up enough. Like he's already killing this unit, so like this floor is not going to be an issue, but this floor might be. Like one of his hits could be wasted here. Then the follow-up of 158 plus 167 kills that. And then his other hit kills that. Her other hit kills that. We're actually fine. We don't need to think about much here, I think. I think we just need to make sure that we're killing here, I guess. We also need to make sure we're not going to burn out. So, like, we could even think about not holding over something. We got 3 burnout cards coming up. I think we'll be fine on burnout. I don't think I need to do that much. Let's just make some valuable plays then. Yeah, let's give him that. We'll give... We keep that on from a frost. Looks like we'll get the thing here too, which will obviously... Or we can get it next turn. We don't need it this turn. Stealth here. No, we want stealth there. We'll get Shadowbox this turn. Should definitely go quite a long ways to helping things out. Pretty much, this is GG. Alright, that was a tough one. Tougher than I thought it would be. Is it a cursed run? Potentially. Definitely with my... everything that happened, it kind of ended up being that, but you know what? It's all good. We are good to go. If we still do this, might as well, right? I'm gonna toss one your way, why not? Actually, no, we want you to get damaged. What am I saying? Since this one has the more burnout, no, we'll do that. And we'll do that. So yeah, Penumbra ended up being relevant still, even though it like was the worst draw order for him possible. So that's still a point in his favor. Look, he's killing a mini boss. I don't even have to worry about this floor. We can even think about flying kills now at this point. Let's give her a heal. Though maybe we cared more about the burnout extension, who knows. And yeah, we saved this because finally this turn was bound to happen. Or I needed it. And might as well do that. I think I still just keep getting burnout extension, right? Oh, could I have gotten the flank kill there? Nah, 555 wouldn't have been enough. I get it here though, so we actually do get a flank kill. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I even saved this. Go me. Even just get as much here as possible. Here, you can have one. You did your duty. Boom! I'll be honest, I wasn't even factoring in the melee weakness the whole time to that equation. Luckily with a monster train, you got a lot of leeway to turn your brain off, even if you try to turn it on and fail. Which is my MO. ComedyMotionUtility. Well, that was a fun one, getting back into the swing of things. Like I said, I had not played Covenant 25 for a bit. And this didn't seem like an easy one. We found some powerful stuff, but it was, as it always is, awkward. But yeah, Capricious, I think it ended up being the right call. I forget what it was up against, so maybe that's hypocritical to say that it was the right call. But it gave us a holdover perils. It gave us a multi-striking dude. Gave us quick on the draft. Yeah. True, it may, and the permafrost here ended up being beneficial, right? Double stack void binding. Yeah, I would say overall, it was worth it, for sure. Holdover and Golden Smoke ended up being good. I'm glad we took this. Like, those are the type of decisions you do want to spend some time thinking through. It's like, and also that, not only that, but there is a certain amount of heuristics there. Engulfed Smoke is a card where I have some heuristics with. It's very similar to Frenzied Swarm, Soul Crushing Guilt, Fledgling Imp. There's just some of these cards where it's like, they may not make 100% sense at the moment to take them, but it's like they're such powerful cards that you wouldn't just skip the card reward. Maybe you take something over them sometimes, but like, to just skip it generally is probably a mistake. Even if it doesn't make sense what it would do in your deck at that point, if you can come up with any remote justification for it, it can become apparent as the game really starts to ramp up come Ring 7, with especially with these defensive cards like Engulfed Smoke and Frenzied Swarm, Soul Crushing Guilt, Tiresome Climb, cards like that. It can really become apparent that like they're just gonna save your run. Because I don't know that we win this without Engulfed Smoke, honestly. I don't think we do. But yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. Neat find on the community board there. And I saw some today that might even be future candidates. We might just run right into them after this. But let's take a look at what everybody did. So, this was the top player. Is that Payon? I forget. I know there's Train Steward as Payon's thing, but any GOG player comes through as Train Steward. So this went to 220 shards. With 3 of these. Wow. Wait. Trying to think, how is... I guess the Hell Vents were after that event, is that right? Yeah, I guess they were. Yeah, you could Hell Vent that twice then. Must have Hell Vented it again before that. That also had the giraffe. I like this. This is definitely stronger than what we ended up with. I'd be a bit worried though with double pip. I guess they found the wing steel. We never. That must have been the second to last trinkets. But like even like up until that point, it's like the deck isn't necessarily thin. There's a lot of stuff on holdover. I would really be worried in this deck about having non... This is why I did the Wickless Tycoon. Like, in my opinion, you could definitely low roll and lose this run. Especially, like, through the middle here. Without... And who knows, maybe at one point he had the priority draw unit that made it a little more doable, but, like... I don't know. I've had enough runs like this where I peter out. On average, it's probably fine, right? But I've for instance had decks this size, even with draw, that would have been similar. I even had more units because it was spike drivers. Like there's one run that particularly stands out in my mind where I was relying on spike drivers that were basically like this, but I had 5-6 of them, and I didn't draw them in time, even with like 1 draw upgrade, I think, and I think a thinner deck. So I don't know. I think this deck actually has potential to peter out and lose, especially without taking the card that like pulls them out of the deck, Prism Retrieval. So I think this deck definitely had potential to lose. But yeah, if it draws well, it'll crush, right? See, these guys did the same Tycoon that I did. They just didn't even worry about the what do you call it? Lady of the Reform. And I'll be honest though, yes, it is a very thin deck in comparison, but still it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 card deck with no draw upgrade, and they don't even have the wing steel. I mean, these are both priority. I guess you have the Hallowed Halls, but I guess you have the Hallowed Halls. Did this one have Hallowed Halls? It did. I guess the Hallowed Halls gives leeway against like bad draws and stuff. I don't know. I feel like in this deck it doesn't give it as much because this one really. Hallowed Halls does it. I don't know if I like Hallowed Halls though. Like it resets the rage. The whole scaling here is rage. It's not like the Hallowed Halls is on holdover. And again, and both of them had more shards, so like there's even more incoming threat. I don't know why this was taken. I don't know. I feel like even with this deck, it's like there wasn't even a Purifying Cleanse taken, so how do you go in on that, right? You get the Wax and Spike Ring, what is it? It's not Ring 3, right? Like, it's like significantly even after Ring 3. I guess you have Molded. You get the Hallowed Halls on Ring 3, but like, man, to not have the Lady of the Reform seems risky as hell, even with a thin deck. Maybe if they had double draw with the thin deck. I don't know, though. Again, like this, if it's a no reload situation, you open yourself up to losing tough there. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm being cocky so far, but I think my deck survives bad draws still a lot worse. Because we had bad draws. What is this one? Now this one uses this. And this is already safer. Because it has the Lady of the Reformed as the priority draw unit. It has these as well. And how did he... So he did not take Capricious. Bit confused how he has 4 upgrades here. No, I guess it makes sense because you take the 25... If you took 25 and a Burnout 1... I'm surprised that he takes Burnout 1. Because there's no Capricious. It wasn't like... Oh, that. So it's up against Wing Clippings. I could still see reasons for Wing Clippings over Capricious. But yeah, I'm thinking like... Trying to reconstruct where this unit... Like what the upgrade path was. Because... I can see 25 health, you add that, but the Burnout 1? I don't know about that, because you're already getting 3 Burnout from the Paraffin Enforcer, so you're already starting with a Lady of the Reform. Why the Burnout 1 upgrade? I don't know about that. But I guess. And then the extra 25 comes from the Cavern event. So they, like, since that Cavern event was what, Ring 3? Is early, right? Ring 3? I think it was Ring 3. They must have done, like they YOLO'd the Burnout and health upgrade that early. It seems like kind of a waste. But I don't know. Still works, I guess. This deck is still like, overall is safer, right? It had lower shards. I see, but still I don't know about the double pip. Like, again, it's a somewhat thin deck, but it's not so thin. It doesn't have any extra draw. It doesn't have the wing steel that, you know, the first player had. The double pip, like, you could still bottom deck everything. This does some damage, but you're still quite relying on this. I still feel like I have the consistency over these decks. Like, you could just draw these drafts too late and you're dead. This deck does not have much use out of the Penumbra. Yeah. Yeah, this deck does not get much use out of Penumbra. The other decks... This deck gets nothing out of Penumbra. This deck doesn't get anything out of Penumbra. So it's like on top of that, like, I don't know, I still feel like... Does this deck get anything out of Penumbra? Not really. I'm the only one actually getting like significant value out of Penumbra. So it's like, I feel like combined with my priority draw, my double draw upgrade, and the fact that I get value out of my Penumbra, I really feel like my bases are all covered. Whereas I think all the winning decks so far have to draw well. Drag? That's not worth the shards, but maybe that's the only way they could get there. I guess it makes him have burnout. He is quick and multi. I mean, that is technically a powerful enforcer, but... And this is the submitter, and they lost on Divinity. Why are these people taking Waxer Snuffer after Ring 3 when literally the only... I guess... I don't know. They went a route that I didn't go because I didn't see Waxer Snuffer, but I'm like... I guess you're just... Maybe the other option sucked. That could be my only guess. And there's technically upside with like Vetivery, but Vetivery was offered and none of them took it, right? Like, the people that had Waxer Snuffer did not take Vetivery. I don't know. And this has like sustain and that built in, but and they have a draw upgrade, which is funny because like I think technically they have actually more consistency than the others, but again, without the Lady of the Reformed, you bottom deck this. Yeah, you can reset with Halls, but you lose all that rage. You gotta restart again. It still has the problem of not having your bases covered, and they probably just drew poorly. You know, they probably just draw poorly. And again, they don't get any value out of their Penumbra. They do have the Wax and Spike on top of that. But, yeah, I don't know. You can still just... that and Holdover, I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense either. That might be pretty not so great. But, yeah. It should have enough hits to get going. Maybe they set up on the wrong floor, but just a bad draw will also kill them. A bad draw will kill them, and they're not getting any value out of Penumbra. I have a lower score even though I won. It shows how rough some of these fights went. But again, I also drew, might I say, quite poor. I still feel, I don't know. I'm tooting my own horn too much here, but I feel like with my double draw upgrade, with my guaranteed draw of both these units by turn 2, we also, I don't think we ever drew both in the opener. Maybe we did and I'm forgetting it, but we also just, like I said, the draws were never super great, and like draft often was bottom decked. Last fight he wasn't. That's good, but you know, I don't know. I feel like I have my bases covered. I got most fights we usually drew close to as poorly as we could have, and we're still able to get it done. Let's see what the so everybody else was lost at ring 5 or below. They're really going in on the... Never take that unit, by the way. That's... yeah, they're just trying the Umbra route here. Or something here. But the problem is, man... It's tough not knowing what the Umbra banners were. I know Capricious definitely screwed over... You know what's funny, by the way? There's a line in here I just thought about that beats every line currently, and that would be that Shroud, or the the Shadow Eater, you don't even have to put Paraffin Enforcer in. You just eventually find Multi-Strike, and you eventually find the melee weakness. If you get both of them onto that Shadow Eater, you are good to go. You would have to not take Capricious for that to work, but that combined with the Shroud Mitosis on holdover, you will beat the game with that for sure. Combine it with like some either Void Binding, which you wouldn't even need a holdover perils for. You know, you can just combine that with the Shroud Mitosis or the Stealth card. But yeah, that would do a ton of damage. The melee weakness applies on every single Gorge, so. But yeah, it looks like he didn't have a second Gorger. This deck needs a second Gorger, not 2 Morsel Makers. Be better off with just 1 if it's just Penumbra. You're flexing the thing. It's not going to scale fast enough is the problem. You'd really need a Shroud Spike for this to work. Eventually you could get there with the holdover Mitosis, I think, but you want another something else to help. So they had the Shadow Eater, but didn't live long enough to actually get what they could have got out of it, which is too bad. They would have had a pretty good run, but you're going way too high on shards here. Like what are you doing to get this high on shards? What am I missing here? Steward into Steward, the fuck? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe they're going to try to challenge themselves. I can't think of any reason why you would go Steward into Steward this early to do that. They must have just been challenging themselves. So there was a Crucible Warden like that, for example. Not that great of a unit, but totally fine to just pick up to try to get through the game. You know, Rising Dust had a good quote once where it's like, sometimes you just need to survive long enough to high roll. This run is kind of like that. Like early on, you're still figuring things out, and then you start to really hit on some stuff through the mid to late game. Unfortunately, though, for whatever reason, this didn't make it through. And I will say, if you planned on going to Umbra Banner, I don't know why you're not taking. Like they skipped on the Ring 1 and 2 rewards, which both had morsel options. Well, no, they must take the pack morsels, but still they didn't take. I guess maybe they took 2 pack morsels. I'm trying to remember with Capricious if were there 2 consumable pack morsels. There might have been. I still think you take the frickin' making of a morsel over this though. I really would have liked to see the making a morsel, even though it's permafrosted, because that's more like there's actually too many morsels in this deck to even take advantage of, right? So you're throwing a lot of morsels away. Wow, taking the Thug over the Paraffin Enforcer also is just kind of sacrilegious. That ain't right. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't take the trials, which I think is a mistake. In 100 shards, somebody must have posted this as like 100. I don't know why people are going 100 shards here. At least this one isn't doing Steward. No, they are going Steward into Steward. What the fuck? It must be a challenge of some sort. That's my only thought there. Yeah, I don't know. People are taking the Thug over Paraffin Enforcer, even the Shadow Eater. And this didn't have Capricious, so Shadow Eater was totally takeable, but to take a Thug over an Enforcer, especially, is just like, I take Paraffin Thug's bat and I just want to hit my own head with it. Like, and yeah, 110 shards, something's There's no way this many players are doing... Although here it's like, at least it's not steward into steward. They could just be reckless, right? Entombed explosive in a draft doesn't make any sense. I guess they're trying to make money here, but it still doesn't make much sense. I don't know. You know, so on and so forth. We're getting into the weeds here. Overall, though, fun run. I liked it. I think this was Peihan. I know Peihan takes about a... Wow, that was a 2-hour run. I mean, I will say the way we went, it ended up pretty tough. But I like that. That was a fun one. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.